And ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to Salt Lake City, Utah for Seasons Beatings. Tonight we've got a lot of action for you, but let's go to the ring for Mercedes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the ring our UCW Zero director, Rob Lethal.
You know, it just goes to show that they'll give titles to anyone these days. You know, they'll give this guy the director, and then they'll give MK the general manager. I don't even know what it is.
Why, thank you, everybody. Welcome to UCW Zero. We have a great show planned for you tonight. I want to thank you all for coming out here. I greatly appreciate it. It is my esteemed honor right now to announce my good friend and UCW Zero Commissioner, MK!
Well, and ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever seen collusion, this is a perfect example of it right here, where these two came together to create this little facade. All of this is an illusion, ladies and gentlemen. I can assure you that I am not responsible for whatever they are going to say tonight.
Thank you so much for coming out tonight to Utah's #1 professional wrestling promotion, UCW Zero. I can't tell you how much I personally appreciate it. I speak for all the boys in the back. Thank you all. Now tonight we had scheduled Just Incredible, but his wife had to have emergency surgery. She's had cancer for a long time, and we appreciate it if you all could keep him, his wife, and his family in your thoughts. Please, please. But Raven, coming off of shoulder surgery, still took my call, still knew he might be limited in what he could do in defending UCW Zero, and still showed up here tonight. But there's a problem. There is a problem. He doesn't have a tag team partner. So tonight, I am going to be looking at each and every person in the talent roster to determine who Raven's tag team partner is going to be. It could be almost anybody. Everybody in the locker room, everybody in the locker room,
well, I heard some fans.
Everybody in the locker room.
I heard some fans say Swade Thompson. I think Swade Thompson would be a great asset to tag team with Raven tonight. Instead, we get the Pitbull, or I'm sorry, he no longer goes by the Pitbull. Jason Jackson, the UCW Heavyweight Champion.
MK, with all due respect, because it was you that gave me the chance to win that off that no-good Mark Cazaus.
I think he's plenty good.
That's not how we're going to do it. Tonight, what we are going to do, I'm not only going to defend my UCW Heavyweight Championship, and I want you to look at me when I'm talking to you. Thank you.
Well, it's about time.
Not only am I going to defend that title that you let me win, I'm going to tag with Raven, and I'll make sure the Foundation gets exactly what they deserve.
What a wonderful night here, and we're off.
Oh, jeez. David the Destroyer has been back here for only 2 months, and he's just dominating here. Oh my gosh, it's just clothesline mania here. I'm dreaming.
Well, this is pretty much
of a clothesline Christmas.
Well, that's pretty much a battle royal. You don't have a, oh, big chop there.
There's chops. Well, and this is literally just breaking down here. We've got two different
It is
fights
just a
going
brawl.
on.
It is just a brawl. This is the way we want it. This is what we wanted to do with this match.
Did you really intend for this to be involved in the Christmas spirit?
Yes, I think it's a brawl for it all, and the winner gets a chance at almost any title in this company.
What do the losers get?
The losers get eliminated.
Oh, well, that's not a very nice gift. That's kind of like getting socks for Christmas. Socks are the worst.
Now remember, this is a traditional battle royal. If you're thrown over the ropes and you hit the floor, then you are eliminated. Oh, big shot by Braden Austin. Braden Austin making a name for himself here in UCW Zero. His first match ever is a heavyweight title shot, and he's been working really hard here. Now part of this battle royal.
You really want to see Braden Austin receive a heavyweight title shot?
Well, he had one already. He's probably been... Oh, no. David the Destroyer, the first to be eliminated.
Yeah, they got the big man down.
David the Destroyer has
You know,
been
and that's
eliminated.
smart. They both worked in teamwork and got him eliminated.
Well, and you know what? I think that's all of the teamwork that we're going to see here. I'm a little surprised that we didn't see Kid Cade come to the aid of his tag team partner.
Well, it looked like he was being distracted by GT Busan.
Exactly. Gabriel Busan, who he cut his hair.
Yeah, since the last time we saw him, he cut his hair.
What
Let's
is
see
it?
if that takes away some of his power.
What is it with you Las Vegas people and cutting your hair? I mean, what? Jace Battle did it, and the next thing you know, like, he's no longer Mr. T.
There you go. But Jace Battle started a winning streak after that.
Oh! You know, I've always said Manny Fresh has just needed a good kick in the back of the head, really. It's just going to do things for him.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a big kick in the back of the head.
Well, and the UCW Superhero is just cleaning house right. Uh-oh. We've seen this before. This was a feud all summer long.
Oh, boy, we don't need to say anything about this feud. Bronson and Kid Cade feuded for months and months and months. I think it basically finished off with... Whoa! Big, jumping double drop kick by G2 Busan.
Off the top rope.
Off the top rope. And that's something that you're only going to see here in UCW Zero, Utah's #1 wrestling promotion. And look at Manny. Look at the chops on Manny. He is just red.
Manny Fresh, of course, able to defend in that situation. Great execution right there from Braden Austin.
Wow, I've never seen an arm drag in a battle royal before.
It's an arm drag.
Yeah.
Whoa!
But in a battle royal. Oh, nice spear there by Braden Austin.
It's a spear!
Going back to his football days.
He played football?
Oh! Oh, and it looks like Manny Fresh has been eliminated here.
Manny Fresh has been eliminated.
So wait, Braden Austin played football.
Yes, he did.
What was he, left bench?
Oh, and Braden Austin goes out.
Braden Austin has been eliminated.
Now look, we have Kid Cade just biding his time playing possum. I don't think Bronson realizes that he's in there with these two. What's going to happen here?
Oh, you know what? I mean, Bronson may come off as crazy, but he's got that in-ring presence. He knows exactly what's going on, and at all times, too. And now, what? Well, and here we go now. UCW Zero Superhero.
Oh, this is going to look good for Bronson. Oh, and there it is. And Bronson is out.
Would not.
Oh, G2 Busan with that flying forearm.
Would not have been as complete without the note of the Shazam. That is key.
Is right.
Oh, wait.
Oh, and he's holding on. He is holding on. That super kick, not enough to eliminate. Oh, here we go. Can he get that Hurricane Rana?
Uh-oh.
Can he get it? Those people in the front row better move.
Wait, whoa.
Oh, wait. Kid Cade has been eliminated, but G2 Busan was able to hold on, and it comes down to this. G2 Busan, and there it is, Bronson wins the Battle Royal.
Your winner!
Ring the bell.
Bronson!
And there you have it. And there you have it, the winner of the Battle Royal is Bronson. And when we come back, we will see what Christmas present he gets. And we're back And as you know, Bronson has won the Christmas Battle Royal. He gets to pick a present, any present that he wants, and each one has a title shot of some sorts in it. Let's see what he gets.
Bronson's smart. I did that with that gift earlier. That's a no good gift.
Santa sucks.
I agree.
Let's see what he gets.
You know what? Looks can be deceiving. I don't think there's a women's title shot in there. You picked the right one. Good. That's why you're my favorite right here.
Yes!
He got a piece of paper.
And there you have it, a heavyweight championship spot. A heavyweight championship shot for Bronson as he is the winner
Bronson
of the Christmas Battle Royal.
UCW Zero Heavyweight Championship match.
And I'll tell you what, this is just the beginning of an exciting night here on UCW Zero Television. You do not want to go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right.
And here we are. We are back at UCW Zero Television. I am the Commissioner MK. My broadcast partner, Josh Damian, opening his present. One of the ones that Bronson didn't win. But we have an amazing night tonight. We have talent from all over the country. We have talent from Mexico. We have talent. Well, I'm just going to let you see it as we go to our first match of the evening with the lovely Mercedes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, weighing 160 pounds, from the land of the rising sun, representing Slam U, Shadow Fox.
And here he comes, Shadow Fox, representing Slam U from Phoenix, Arizona, but he just signed a contract to be with AAA in Mexico City, Mexico.
Oh, great. Just what we need, another masked freak around here.
Well, I'll tell you what, he has hit the big time, at least south of the border, and that's why we brought him in here, for you, the fans, to see something that you don't normally see in Utah's #1 wrestling promotion. And you know who his opponent's going to be?
Another freak mask?
Absolutely not. I will let Mercedes announce that.
And his opponent, weighing 183 pounds, from Salt Lake City, Utah, representing UCW Zero and accompanied to the ring by Sierra Rose, Zach James.
And here he is. What can you say about Zach James? What can you say about Sierra Rose? Both of them former champions and both of them ready to go tonight. But Zach James right now against the Shadow Fox.
You know, I seem to recall at one point there were a lot of STD chants. I don't want to bring up the past or anything like that. It's just...
We can all turn over a new leaf, my friend.
Well, you know, except with herpes.
Well, now this one is a very interesting match because each one of them is such an accomplished wrestler. In each of their organizations, they've held titles. And Shadow Fox, going south of the border with Conan's own AAA Promotions, is right here for us in UCW Zero.
Conan O'Brien?
That is not the right Conan.
Oh. The Barbarian?
And I'll tell you something. No.
Oh.
And I'll tell you something. Shadow Fox is something to see. Zach James is something to see. This is going to be an amazing fight and a show of respect at the beginning.
Well, and I know that you've done your homework. You know a little bit more about this Shadow Fox character than I do.
Well, Shadow Fox, you know, like I said, he is originally from Japan. He's now living in Phoenix, Arizona. He's working for Slam U, one of our sister organizations. And like I said, very accomplished wrestler, high flyer, high risk. And like I said, just signed to a AAA contract.
How does that work? You go from Japan to Phoenix, Arizona, you just like decided that you didn't want to live on that island with Godzilla, or what?
You know what? I'm not sure how something like that happens, honestly.
Well, and you know what? Zach James, of course, a very talented wrestler. I despise him as a person, and I will never be his tag team partner again, but he's actually got this match in control.
You know what? He is, you know, and you're going to see a lot of reversals, a lot of high flying, because both of these guys accomplished wrestlers. Oh, and look at that chop by the Shadow Fox.
I want to know, does the red mark on Zach's chest look like a fox? Because that would be awesome.
Oh, and a Hurricane Rana right there by Shadow Fox. I don't know what Zach... Oh, and a flying shoulder block by Zach James as Shadow Fox exit. Oh, now like I said, he's just a little too quick for him. outside of the ring as a Shadow Fox does a senton over the top ropes onto Zach James. That's what you're going to see here in UCW, and this is just the first match, Josh.
Well,
oh my goodness.
What does the Fox say?
And Shadow Fox in complete control of this match right now. But we all know that Zach James will not be denied.
I don't know. He was denied that first time when Shadow Fox completely dodged him. So there's always that. Pinfall.
Oh, 2 count there. It's going to take a lot more than that to take out Zach James. The fans getting behind Zach James here in a match in which the fans are not familiar with Shadow Fox, but they know Zach James.
I'm cheering for Shadow Fox. That close.
That close is right.
I love a referee who tells us how close it was to being a 3.
You know, and this is a newer referee. This gentleman, Johnny Aces, he has worked in Knox Pro. He's worked all over the country as well.
Here we go.
Oh, and a bridge. Oh, and almost a 3-counter. Shadow Fox dominating Zach James. What did you think Zach James is going to have to do to gain control of this match?
Oh, man. I mean, Zach James just has a whole bunch of issues. I mean, he's in clearly an abusive relationship where, you know, she's the priority over everything else. I don't know if Zach even is thinking about this match right now.
You know what? Oh, Zach James attempting to reverse this.
Head first.
Oh, head first into the turnbuckle there. Zach James taking a little bit of control of this match. Oh! As a classic missile dropkick from Zach James stuns the Shadow Fox. Going to get the 3 count.
Zach James definitely has the Shadow Fox on edge here.
European uppercut there by Zach James, showing some of his power. He is a little bit bigger than the Shadow Fox. He outweighs him by about 15 or 20 pounds. Purely showing some of his power right now.
Well, it's not just 15 or 20 pounds. That's at least 10 pounds of muscle right there.
Oh, yes. Oh! Big move there by Zach James as he is completely taking control of this match.
And now here we go, James putting on that sleeper hold right there.
Zach James grounding the Shadow Fox, knowing that the key to winning this match is to take away his legs.
I'm rather impressed with the Shadow Fox. I will say that he is a coward because he hides behind a mask. But I am impressed.
There's a lot of people in Japan and south of the border that would have to argue with you about that.
South of the border, like southern Utah, or?
We're talking Mexico, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, look at this now. All about that ring awareness, and look at that.
Oh, wow, and then he puts him back in the sleeper hold. And Zach James just taking away the legs of the Shadow Fox, knowing that basically taking the role of Mr. Ground and Pound right here.
Well, it's Shadow Fox now with those elbows trying to get out of it off the ropes. Ducks that clothesline. Here we go, middle rope. Whoa, wow!
Oh, and a lucha arm drag there by the Shadow Fox. Drop kick to the chops of Zach James. Oh, and a big shot.
Fox is showing off his own moves. Uh-oh. Ooh.
And there you go with the Enzo Giri.
Or as Americans pronounce it, Insaguri. Well, and now Zach James. It looks like the Shadow Fox.
Crawling to outside Shadow Fox, looking for the guillotine drop. Oh, as he misses the guillotine leg drop on the outside. And Zach James getting another Superman dive outside. And this time Zach James getting over on Shadow Fox. Steve, it's working.
This crowd here on their feet.
Oh! And Zach James with a big stomp.
Mostly on their feet because Zach moved them out of their seats. Pinfall here. 2.
I think that's it. Oh, wow. The crowd doesn't like that. They thought that was a 3. a new referee here in UCW Zero may be a little too liberal with the count for these fans.
Well, here we go. Zach throwing up that big Z
The
right there.
GTZ.
Uh-oh. Shadow Fox, I hope you enjoy the night.
I think this is it, the big GTZ.
Here we go. Whoa, wait.
Oh, reversing the GTZ is the Shadow Fox as he kicks him right in the midsection. Oh! And that's it. Zach James, just too much. Too much.
The
The Shadow Fox, too much for Zach James.
Fox.
Let me tell you something. Zach James has never looked better than he did in that moment right there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Shadow Fox coming here proving his domination in UCW Zero. We'll be right back. And here we are back at a night to remember here at UCW Zero at Seasons Beatings. I am the Commissioner MK, my broadcast partner Josh, Damien, and listen to that chant. We have so many people here, I can't believe it. And the night's just started. And now we have another match, Josh. Should we go to the ring?
Well, I think we should go to the ring.
Let's go to the ring
Let's go to the ring.
with Mercedes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, weighing 150 pounds, from Durango, Mexico, representing UCW Zero, the Durango Kid.
And here he is, a relative newcomer to UCW Zero, the Durango Kid.
I gotta say something. You know what? I do like this kid. I really do. I make jokes about how he's named after an old truck. I make jokes about how he's named after a city in Mexico that he probably didn't even hear about until just a few weeks ago, and all that other stuff. But in all reality, I mean, he really is just such a mediocre competitor.
No, I have to disagree with you. I think you're looking at the future here of UCW Zero. I really do. I'm very impressed with this guy. I think he's doing great.
And his opponent, weighing 220 pounds, from West Jordan, Utah, representing UCW Zero, Jason Bravo.
And here he is, the former heavyweight champion, Jason Bravo. And my broadcast partner's standing up clapping. I like to be a little bit more impartial. But I'll tell you something, a little bit different match tonight for Jason Bravo, because he has been wanting to get with Sierra Rose, Zach James, the man you just saw wrestle's girlfriend. So I'm surprised that he took this match, and quite frankly, I don't know why he did. I'm surprised Zach James didn't want to have a match, as there's some bromance here going on between Jason Bravo and my broadcast partner, Josh Damien.
Whoa! I mean, you know, there's only one bromance in my life right now, and that's Swade Thompson. But let me tell you something. When you look at this competitor, when you look at Jason Bravo, you look at the time that has been spent in the gym, in the ring, outside of the ring, with his diet, with his personal life. I mean, this man is balancing a job, a career here in UCW Zero, and he goes to school. You look at Jason Bravo is living the dream, and he has the Damien seal of approval for it.
Well, I can't argue with anything you said there, except to add to that, why this match is so amazing is the Durango Kid has been to each and every training session that I've seen. I mean, he trains here. He is an amazing individual, and that's why this match was put together, because we only put the best matches together right here at UCW Zero, Utah's #1 wrestling organization.
Well, I mean, here's the other thing. I don't think Jason Bravo ever, in all reality, got a fair rematch for the UCW Zero title. I think that's one place that, quite frankly, you've dropped the ball.
Well, I don't think he wants one. I don't think he wants one. I mean, he had a chance to be in the Battle Royal, and he took this match. And before that, he was wanting to take matches against Zach James.
Listen, I mean, here's the thing. I'm very high up on the work of Bronson as well, but you don't find many competitors who are willing to work with someone who is in, well, I mean, Looney Tunes, according to this crowd.
Oh, look at this. Durango Kid standing up to Jason Bravo. I mean, I don't think that he's going to be doing that after that first chop or that first move by Jason Bravo.
Yeah, Durango kids are falling down, falling down, falling down.
Now, Jason Bravo exchanging words with the fans, wanting to do a test of strength with the Durango Kid.
I love it. This is television, folks. We might as well be in Dixieland.
And look at Jason Bravo, clearly with a height advantage, clearly taking advantage of the Durango Kid's vertical challenge nature.
Hey!
Oh, but the Durango Kid. Ooh! Jason Bravo showing his experience and his power with that shoulder tackle. Oh, but a little too quick for him as Durango Kid.
Oh, and it, what?
No.
See, look at that. That's just strength right there. That's going to the gym 5 days a week, eating your vegetables, 4 pounds of chicken breast a day. Uh-oh.
That's impressive.
Oh, no!
Oh! And you know what? Jason Bravo may have the brute and brawn, but Durango Kid has the speed.
Uh-oh. Bravo getting some lip from the audience.
Oh, wow. Oh! And Jason Bravo's experience right there. Oh! Those big forearm shots, guillotine shots on the apron. I mean, that grinds that plywood into your back. And then Jason Bravo helping it happen.
You know, let me tell you something. You hear guys like John Gruden talk about how a guy has a good football IQ. You hear about, basketball IQ. Jason Bravo has a very high wrestling IQ.
Well, and he does. He just broke up the count, recognizing he was going to be counted out.
Exactly.
Goes in, breaks up the count. Oh! That big size 13 boot to the back of the head.
I hope you realize that his boots are about as big as Durango's legs.
That's true. That is very true.
Now, don't get me wrong. In all realities, I really do like this kid. But when it comes to Jason Bravo, this isn't a contest here.
I'm just going to ask you, why did Jason Bravo take this match? Why wouldn't he? Now, wait a minute here. What's he doing? Now, why is he doing that?
You know what? I'd like to point out that is a flaw on behalf of the referee. The referee never asked Jason Bravo to take off his shirt. The referee is technically allowing this to happen right now.
But you're allowed to wear a shirt into the ring, but you just can't use it as an implement of destruction.
An implement of destruction.
Yes.
Ah, I see. We are inventing new terms daily, ladies and gentlemen. We have a room full of monkeys on typewriters.
There you go. Well, when you have to speak for 2 hours, you got to think of something.
Oh, gosh. Could you imagine if we expanded our programming to 3?
Oh, goodness. Now, here comes Jason Bravo. Oh, and like I said, that height in a suplex means so much. Why don't you've taken suplexes before. Yep. Tell us what's the difference between, hold on. Oh, 2 count there. Tell us about a suplex. When you were training, when you were taking those, when someone's that much taller than you, how much worse are the effects?
I tell you what, you go on a ride, there are all these rides at amusement parks that flip you and all that other stuff. You really do feel like you're almost out of control, especially when it's a guy like Jason Bravo who's going against a guy, like the Durango Kid. I mean, there is quite the weight difference there. There's at least, I think earlier, it was like a 75-pound weight difference between the two. Momentum in Jason Bravo's favor here. And hey, look at this. We're going to go through the drive-thru.
Here it is. I'll let you call this.
Here's a big knee. I want a large knee. And then let's get a big elbow on top of that.
The Bravo combo, and I think that's going to be about... Oh, wait, the Durango Kid...
He's not the biggest size, but he does have one of the bigger hearts.
I'll tell you what, he's got the heart of a champion here, and he's showing it and he's showing it right here against the former champion, Jason Bravo.
A little bit of a cliche, but you know what? It's true. You got to admire the people who don't quit, although sometimes they just should.
And look at Jason Bravo totally disrespecting the referee and the Durango Kid. And I don't like this. It's not smart. We talked about his ring IQ, not very smart, allowing the Durango Kid time to recover. And there you have. Not a smart move. His ego getting a little bit of the better of him as we get a spinning. Oh, my goodness. And wow, what a move by the Durango Kid there.
Oh, here we go now. Look at this. Durango Kid from the top rope. Bravo Not
Bravo, I don't know if he
executing.
knows what's hitting him. Just too much strength. Not enough weight for the Durango Kid on Jason Bravo as he tries his,
Whoa!
And a sleeper hold there. As he's got it, he's reversed it, he's got it cinched in. Is he gonna tap out?
No. Bravo would never tap out. Definitely not something like this.
No, all Jason Bravo has to do is tap.
I don't think you understand this, but the Durango Kid is nothing but a flea on the back of Jason Bravo right now. That's the weight difference. That's the strength that is executed by Jason Bravo.
And it is, I don't know if Jason Bravo can handle this. Oh, but that's about the only thing you can do. Do you think Durango Kid has the strength to cinch this in?
No, not at all. I mean, that's a freight train hitting you in between a building.
Oh, and almost an inverted electric chair right there by Jason Bravo. A lot has been taken out of him.
And here we go now. Bravo going for the pin here. Easy way home for him.
Oh, 2 count by Jason Bravo. I think he's handily has. I think it took a lot out of him was that sleeper hold, but I think he's taken back control of the match.
Definitely doesn't take out as much as you think. Jason Bravo's got the right mindset right now. Here we go now.
And the crowd not liking Jason Bravo here
He's
as he
looking
goes
to
for.
end
You
He's
think this is
looking
going
to
to
end
be it?
I think. Oh yeah, this is it right here. Wait a minute. Whoa.
Wait a minute. Oh, Sierra Rose coming out. Did she actually come out? Oh, wait a minute there.
What? No, no.
Oh, and a backslide. Oh, and a backslide. Durango Kid taking advantage of the distraction by Sierra Rose. Now, do you think Sierra Rose, was that in her plan? Is there some revenge there?
Of course it was in her plan. Her ass says stare. What else can I do for you?
I can't believe that Sierra Rose comes out, distracts Jason Bravo, and Jason Bravo loses not just the Durango Kid, but in a backslide.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the UCW Zero Heavyweight Championship.
Heavyweight Championship
60-minute
right
time
here for
limit.
all these fans.
Introducing first, the challenger, weighing 210 pounds from Austin, Texas, representing UCW Zero, Dallas Murdoch.
And here he is, the challenger, Dallas Murdoch, fought, clawed, bit, scratched, brawled his way to the #1 contendership. And here he is, getting his shot for the UCW Zero heavyweight title. Reaction.
You know what? There are some guys who, no matter what the situation is, no matter if it's a heavyweight title match or if it's a singles match, they're going to put everything into a match to get the crowd on their feet, to get the energy going, or to win the title belt. Dallas Murdoch is one of those guys they simply don't make anymore. The kind of guy that'll go from town to town, sleep in their car, work for a peanut butter and bologna sandwich. As disgusting as it sounds, it's a good source of protein. Dallas Murdoch is the kind of guy they don't make
And
anymore,
his opponent.
believe it or not.
And that is right. He defines old school.
Weighing 200 pounds from Pocatello, Idaho, representing UCW Zero, the UCW Zero heavyweight champion, Jason Jackson.
And here he is, the man with the championship, Jason Jackson. And everybody here cheering for him, the UCW Zero heavyweight champion. What is odd about this match?
Is that he gives you the title belt instead of me?
What is odd about this match is he is not only going to have to defend his title tonight, but he is going to have to be Raven's tag team partner.
Yeah, the man is crazy, that's for sure. But you got to admire the heart and the spirit of Jason Jackson.
Well, tell me how you think the pacing of this match is going to go. Is he going to go right out and try and finish the match, or is he going to pace himself?
It's a tough situation because, I mean, this is a night that Jason Jackson has the opportunity to come out on top in a multitude of different areas. You got to put, in my opinion, everything you got into this match right here. Why? You're actually putting something on the line. In that match where he's tagging with Raven, he's got a tag team partner, you know? He doesn't have to necessarily put 100% into that match, but I think he's going to put 100% of whatever's left in the tank.
You know what? Jason Jackson always gives 110% in everything he does. And let me just say something. How about Raven? coming off of shoulder surgery, limited in what he can do in the ring, but still here, willing to fight for UCW Zero, willing to fight for the respect of the business. I mean, that is the definition of a professional wrestler, a fighting athlete.
Well, you know what? You got that right. We sat down, of course, earlier with Raven, had a few words with him, had a discussion, and it is definitely admirable that he's able to come off that shoulder surgery to come here and compete tonight.
I'll tell you what, and he actually came here not even knowing if he had a tag team partner, and, I mean, he actually was expecting a handicap match, and he had shoulder surgery.
On a related note, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are now just joining us, Just Incredible originally announced to be here tonight, has had some family emergency involving his wife. Of course, all of our thoughts from all of us here at UCW Zero, the staff, the wrestlers, the general manager to my left, and the director who's probably hiding somewhere in the back. Of course, we all send out our thoughts and prayers are with him. But tonight, let's focus right now here on this
on this heavyweight championship match. That is right. And look at this. Basically, neither man getting too much, but Jason Jackson trying to do the test of strength, taking a... Oh! Wow. I would not stand toe-to-toe with Dallas Murdoch. Look at him. I mean, I think this is a mistake for the champion.
Well, it was a mistake for the champion to try and chop Dallas Murdoch like that. You know, if we had power rankings just for the chops alone, Dallas, I think, is the number 2 out of everyone in that locker room. And I know who you know I'm going to say is number 1.
Yeah.
Derek Giannetti of the Foundation, the best and the worst chops in the business. The best to give, the worst to receive.
Well, who do you think kind of taught Jason Jackson actually a little bit more timing and power to those chops? Was Derek Giannetti himself.
That's very true, once upon a time.
Now, they were trying to explain to me that's why they're the Foundation, but that's why I call them the Counterfeit Foundation.
And I don't understand why you necessarily say that. I mean, these guys are good guys. I've trained with them. I've worked with them, you know, outside of the ring. I've had some really good times with them. I think that they're 100% in the right in this situation, and I can understand where you think that they're wrong, but can you understand where everyone else thinks you're wrong?
I can understand it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I'm going to focus right now on the heavyweight championship match. While each man is doing a bunch of wrestling, and now I think this is pacing by Jason Jackson, and I think that Dallas Murdoch is making the mistake of following the challenger's pace. He is fighting Jason Jackson's fight right now. Oh! And that's what I mean. Jason Jackson right now setting the tone, setting the pace, as a champion should, and Dallas Murdoch, the brawler, has to leave the ring to get a little bit of a timeout, and the crowd does not like that.
Well, and you know what? I mean, the thing is that this is for the prize. This is exactly what you do in this business. You fight for that heavyweight title. Hey, whoa!
Oh, my goodness! Wow! Right in front of it. Jason Jackson, in my opinion, taking too many risks with his health. I mean, he's got to fight later on, trying to end this early, and Dallas Murdoch shaking it off. I don't think he doesn't look that phased.
Well, you know, one of the things, like I said, Dallas Murdoch, I've said it once, I'll say it again, the toughest SOB in our business.
Oh, and a big clothesline. And I want the fans to notice that there are no pads here in UCW Zero. We made the decision, we had the rules committee meeting, and we decided to stay true to the form of professional wrestling and have no pads. That's all concrete right there that they're hitting on.
I know what you're thinking, and yes, our insurance rates are incredibly high.
And that they are. But hey, this is...
There you go!
Oh! And a big boot. And the referee recognizing that this is a heavyweight championship match and allowing a lot of time outside the ring. And Big Dallas now taking over with his brawling style. And Jason Jackson can brawl with the best of them, but I would not be wanting to get caught in a brawl with Dallas Murdoch.
You know, and I notice it's that new guy again. And you know what? Right now in this situation, yeah, it's great that he's letting him brawl.
Oh!
It's great that he's letting him brawl, but I can't imagine in some of these other matches how one competitor could get screwed over because of this referee's actions.
Well, that's a discussion for another day.
All I'm saying is that his performance in the ring is a reflection of you as a general manager.
And that's right, and I think he's been doing very well. Oh, and there's one of those chops. You know, those hurt worse. The ones that thud, because there's more of a punch to it. Isn't that right?
Well, I think it's more, not necessarily more of a punch, but it's more of an impact from your hand.
Oh, and the flying elbow, back elbow classic. And I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think we've got it. Oh, now you were saying.
Give some credit to Jason Jackson. Perfect timing on that one, able to get it done. But the thing is, when it comes to chops, it's the silent ones that are the ones that are going to hurt you. Whenever it's just a thud like that, those hurt. And I think it's just because you're using more of a surface area of your hand.
It's like a heart punch. And now look at this. Jason Jackson once again slowing the pace down, and the fans actually behind Dallas Murdoch right now.
Well, and you know what? I mean, why wouldn't they be? I mean, Dallas Murdoch is a former champion. When he's been champion, I mean, the show has always been great. He's had great matches with people like Martin Casals. He had great matches this past year against Jason Bravo, some knockout brawls.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I have a tremendous amount of respect for each man, and each man deserves to hold this belt. So no matter who wins, we will have a true Utah UCW champion. And Dallas Murdoch right now trying to take advantage of that missed move by, right there. And you know, a lot of people ask me why they do that spin in the air. That is not for show. That is actually trying to increase like the whip effect of their body on their opponent. It is not for show. It is actually to make the move more devastating.
One of the things they train you in the ring when you go through training is you do everything in the ring for a reason. And if you're doing it to show off, you're doing it for the wrong reason.
That's true. I couldn't have said it better myself. And here we go. Ooh, and Dallas Murdoch, actually, I think he was waiting for that 2.5 count to kick out, conserving his energy.
You know, it's smart wrestling on behalf of Dallas. I mean, you know, when I think about it, Jason Jackson, his head may not necessarily be in this contest. He's got an entirely different match later tonight.
Oh, no! And a Samoan backdrop by Dallas Murdoch. That could be it. We could see a new heavyweight champion right here, Josh.
There's too many J's in this company.
If Jeff Jarrett was working this, can you imagine?
Oh, my goodness.
Now look, if this ends in a double countout, Jason Jackson will retain his title. Maybe that's his strategy. I don't know.
Well, and now here we go. Both men to their feet. And
And each man respecting the rules. Open hand slaps, but then down. Oh, wait a minute there. Dallas Murdoch brawling with the champ, Jason Jackson. Oh! Dallas Murdoch taking too much time on that move. Oh, did we? No! 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 The referee says no. The referee says no. Looking to the timekeeper. Looking to the timekeeper. The referee was looking to the timekeeper to see him. He's telling everybody that it's okay. He's pointing to us. No.
Uh-oh. You know, he tried this earlier. It didn't work out that well.
Oh.
Here's Dallas
and
Murdoch.
Jason Jackson taking too much time crawling up. I think that move took too much time out right now. Oh, and another big boot. The second one of the evening. And I think that's going to be lights out for the heavyweight champion.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, he's climbing the mountain.
Yeah, you want to talk about going up to the top rope. Here's some top rope action.
Oh, the Murdoch weapon of destruction here.
Here we go. Murdoch. No!
Oh, and he takes too much time. This is just an incredible match between two men who have the will and the heart to be champion. Now, who's going to want it more? Oh, and a big power bomb by the champion, Jason Jackson. I think that might be too much, and that is it. Jason Jackson retains his title, but did he leave too much in the ring?
Your winner, and still UCW Zero Heavyweight Champion, Jason Jackson.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have to agree. I'm thinking that there was too much left in the ring on this one. Jason Jackson, heavyweight champion still. But at the same time, is it going to be worth it when he tries to take out revenge later on against the Foundation? I'm not 100% sure, ladies and gentlemen. What I do know is that you're going to have to be here at the same time in the same place next week to check out all the action. Josh Damian alongside my supposed broadcast partner / boss in what is the weirdest relationship ever since The Odd Couple, MK, whatever we call you these days.
And there you have it, folks. Jason Jackson winning and retaining his title. Sign of respect. Be back. And welcome back to UCW Zero, our landmark night in Utah Pro Wrestling. If you just joined us, you've missed a lot, as Zach James faced the Shadow Fox and came up that short. The Durango Kid got a backslide victory over Jason Bravo after he was distracted by Sierra Rose. And of course, in the heavyweight championship match, Jason Jackson successfully defended his title against Dallas Murdoch. And we've got so much more for you right now. And we'll go to our ring announcer, the lovely Mercedes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the UCW Zero Women's Championship with a 60-minute time limit.
So what do you think about the night so far,
Introducing
Josh?
first,
I can't believe these time
the
limits.
challenger from Provo, Utah, representing UCW Zero, Morgan!
And we got her medical clearance this morning, and so she was able to be in this title match against the women's or Divas champion, if you will, Tommy Purr.
Oh, I'm so glad to see Morgan back. The original Diva, the original champion is back. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Seeing Morgan back in the ring, it makes me miss Marty Daniels that much more.
Well, there's a blast from the past, but yes, the team Bump and Grind, one half, is Morgan, but she has been injured, and I would not allow her to wrestle until I receive that medical clearance.
And
You
her
monster.
opponent, weighing 220 pounds, from Las Vegas, Nevada, representing Adrenaline Unleashed, accompanied to the ring by Laylee D, the UCW Zero Women's Champion, the Man Diva, Tommy Purr.
And here he is, the Man Diva, the champion, the women's champion, Tommy Purr.
So here's what confuses the hell out of me. Laylee D was a ring announcer and then became like Casaus's personal assistant and is now with the Man Diva.
I think he's showing loyalty to the foundation. I think that's what it is. I think the foundation wants to regain the titles, and they're starting with the women's title.
Well, and you know what? It's kind of interesting that you say that because, I mean, in theory, the foundation never had the women's title.
But that's what I'm saying. They're going to try and take all the titles, and they're probably going to start with this one. But you're right, an odd pairing. But now wait, what's
Whoa.
Sierra Rose doing?
Whoa.
Wait a minute here. No, we've got Sierra Rose coming out to the ring. Now, I guess Sierra Rose is going to play counterpoint to Tommy Purr's point. Oh, and a belt shot right in the back. I don't think Sierra Rose counted on that as Laylee D makes her exit from the ring apron. Now, Laylee D is not a trained professional wrestler, but she has interfered in many of the Foundation's matches.
Well, let me tell you one thing. Tommy Purr, very smart to start out this match way before the match by almost taking out the original Diva right there.
Well, he hasn't held the title this long by playing it straight, I can tell you that.
Do you realize what a fan gave Tommy Purr? What is this? It's shaped like a snowman.
I don't even know what that is. My broadcast partner is referencing like a riding quap whip. I don't know.
Why has this had a well.
Now, what's amazing to me is we got the Man Diva, Tommy Purr, yelling at Sierra Rose, who, she grabs the leg. And she's not involved in the match. The referee not really. And what is Sierra Rose doing? She's putting. Now look at this, Morgan just waiting
Well, that
for
fan,
this to happen.
That fan, depending on, that fan got his money's worth. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Now that's kind of, point and counterpoint tit for tat right there, as she got hit in the back with the belt, and Tommy Purr getting hit in the back with her butt.
It's the same density of steel and everything like that.
Now, I just got to say, what do you think Layla D is going to be doing out here? What is she? What is her purpose? Do you think? I mean, the foundation. What do you think?
To quote many television producers, it's all about ratings. And, you know, when you get a girl like Laylee D, the ratings, they just go through the roof.
So you think it's a ploy by Stevie Slick, our CEO?
No, I don't think Stevie Slick would recruit that kind of talent.
Now look at Morgan. She is a woman on a mission out here beating, well, you know what, out of Tommy Purr right now. She has been out of the ring with an injury and is really taking it to him and taking advantage. And this is after Sierra Rose gave those multiple headshots into the chair.
Well, I'd like to point out that this referee is doing an absolutely terrible job. And the reason why I say that is, I mean, think about it. Sierra Rose interfered in this match and had the man diva, Tommy Purr, have his head in another man's lap. That is outside interference, and it should be illegal, and this match should be over.
But now what I don't understand, though, is I don't know where her loyalty lies. I think she is just wanting to get a shot at the title, and she's making her presence known.
Well, I think that she's been pretty established that her loyalty is with Zach James. I mean, they're in a committed relationship, and they have been for a while.
Well, and speaking of her loyalty to Zach James, how about Jason Bravo losing his match against the Durango Kid by a backslide, primarily because she distracted Jason Bravo.
Seduced him. She's a seductress. That's what she is. That's what she does.
Oh, and there goes the Bronco Buster by Tommy Purr as he takes control of this match again.
Zach James was a nice Catholic boy on his way to the priesthood until he met that
look at that.
Jezebel.
Oh, boy. Oh, that's not good. I don't even know how to comment except to say Yahtzee!
Wrong kind of dice.
Oh, Tommy Purr trying the same thing, but just the anatomy isn't there.
Clearly missed that day for sexual education in 6th grade.
I guess so. Oh, and a big clothesline by Morgan as she goes for the quick pin. Ooh, and a soft 2 count there by our referee, Kelvin.
Well, full steam ahead.
Oh, wow. This crowd is amazing. I have been in many UCW events, you more than me, but this is the most wild, craziest crowd I've ever seen.
Definitely have a good crowd here tonight.
And look at, there are so many people from some of the minor league organizations out there in Utah. And Sierra Rose pleading her case as Tommy Purr just grabs the hair of Morgan.
Well, and you know what? Tommy Purr will do anything to keep his self-proclaimed Divas title, the UCW Women's Championship, still confused to this day about how that happened.
Well, you know, I was not in charge then. Oh, look at her. This is why she's there. This is the reason why she's out here. She is part of the foundation. Oh, no. As Sierra Rose goes on Lady D.
Careful, she'll break a heel or a nail.
Oh, my goodness. There's a cat fight on the outside of the ring. And Tommy Purr, leg sweep, Morgan.
Oh, man.
As look at him pulling the hair. His feet is on the hair of Morgan as he pulls her up with all his might. The referee completely distracted, kicking both of the managers, if you will, the valets, out of the ring area. And here we go. We could have a new champion.
Look at this new champion, baby.
Oh, almost. And look at this. Can you believe this? Wow, the referee taking charge, leaving it to the combatants in the ring. Oh, and we know what's coming here.
Oh,
a big chop. Oh, and that's what we talked about, those big thudding chops.
Here we go. Oh, no. Wait.
Oh, no. Oh, as Tommy Purr gets caught with his own move. Oh, and there you have it. Almost a 3 count there. Oh, and Tommy Purr kicking. Oh, and a spinning neck breaker by Tommy Purr, catching Michelle Morgan off guard. Oh, as she kicks out of the 2 count.
Oh, and look at this now. Tommy Purr
going into the Boston Crab.
You know, this is just a sign of the perfection
Oh, and Tommy Perr in complete control of this match now. Michelle Morgan fighting back. Oh, trying the clothesline. Reversal as he rolls her up. 1, 2, and 3 as Tommy Perr successfully defends his title.
Would you look at that?
Wow! And in a night,
winner,
a landmark night, we see a backslide and a roll-up.
Champion, Tommy Perr.
As Laylee D comes out to congratulate Tommy Perr on his big victory, and Morgan is shell-shocked in the ring. We have so much more for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We'll be right back. And welcome back to UCW Zero Television at Season's Meeting. I am MK the Commissioner and my broadcast partner, Josh Damon. What do you think about tonight's matchups, Josh?
I don't know why the fans are bringing weapons into this match. This is the weirdest fly swatter I've ever seen.
Perhaps.
It's been a great show so far, and we've got a lot more to come, including this match that's about to happen right now. So I'm stealing your thunder, and let's take it to Mercedes.
The following contest is a three-way dance for the UCW Zero Ultra X Championship with a 60-minute time limit.
Those yes chants were for
Introducing
me.
first, your challenger,
Now,
weighing 183 pounds from Priest River, Idaho, representing Slam U, the Josh CAREY.
Now representing Slam U is Josh CAREY. Now this gentleman is from Idaho, but he wrestles out of Phoenix, Arizona. He's wrestled in New Mexico, California, all over, and he's here to challenge for the Ultra X Championship. He is the Josh CAREY. Now, in keeping with our ECW theme, this is a three-way dance, meaning it is an elimination. It is not to the first fall, meaning when one participant is pinned or submits, he's eliminated, and the other two go at it.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
And his
so
opponent,
I can't.
weighing 200 pounds from Mount Olympus, representing the Death Rage Cartel, Johnny K.
And here he is from Mount Olympus representing the Death Rage Cartel. Who we'll be seeing later today is Johnny K. Now, Johnny K has kind of lost his mind. I kind of liken him to Bronson, but much, much worse. He's legitimately scary. He's legitimately a crazy guy. I don't know what else to say, that I am worried for the well-being of Josh CAREY and our champion, Lacey Ryan.
You know, here's what worries me is that you brought this gentleman into this company. You are the general manager. You sign off on everyone coming in here, and you decided to sign off on someone that you are legitimately scared of?
Well, I had to. My mission statement was to bring the best talent out there into this organization, which is the best, making it even better, and that's why I brought him.
Why are you recruiting people from mental institutions? I think that's the first question that should be asked.
From Salt Lake City, Utah, representing UCW Zero, the UCW Zero Ultra X Champion, Lacey Ryan.
And here she is, the Ultra X Champion, the female holding a male belt, Miss Lacey Ryan.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this company is as ass backwards as you think it is.
I'll tell you what, it is not. It is a progressive company, despite what you and the foundation think. This company is progressive. This company is on top of everything. This company is clearly the best in Utah.
Look, all I'm saying is that Swade Thompson should still have the Ultra X title. I know it. Lacey Ryan knows it. Internet wrestling forums know it. It's just the bottom line here. Don't get me wrong, Lacey Ryan is a great competitor, but she's not Swade Thompson.
Well, and I'll tell you what, she's not Swade Thompson, but she's beaten Swade Thompson, so she's proved she's better than Swade Thompson.
You don't need to bring up the past like that. That was just, there's no reason to do that.
And in speaking of bringing up the past, this is a match likening to the day the line was crossed in Extreme Championship Wrestling with a three-way dance. And here we go.
Well, the bell has rung, and the question that we've all wanted to know is, can Lacey Ryan take on two guys at the same time? We're about to find out here tonight.
Well, she's been taking on all the challengers in UCW Zero, so I wanted to up the ante, and here we go.
Well, and it looks like there might be a tag team here. Lacey Ryan is in a little bit of trouble right now. This is just great strategy by the two challengers to try and take out the champion like that.
I'll tell you what, if I were Josh Carey and I were Johnny K, I would be right on top of her right now.
At the same time?
Yes.
Awkward.
I don't think she's ever been faced like this. Oh! And she's a little too fast for him. What's Lacey Ryan going to do? What do the fans want? What do you think she's going to do, Josh?
You know what? She's probably going to take them on one at a time. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, Lacey Ryan in a corner is probably not the best idea.
Oh!
I want to know what's up with Josh Carey and those dragons on his trucks.
Oh!
Uh-oh. You just pushed a psycho into, well, the Josh Carey.
And a little bit of a pushing match, and Lacey Ryan being smart. Oh! And she can just chop with the best of them as Johnny K. He's built from Mount Olympus, but he's clearly from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Puts Lacey Ryan into the ropes. Tries the big elbow. Oh! Oh, no. He doesn't. Oh, no. We might have a champion, and what's scary about. Oh, and there's a roll-up. Oh, and almost a 3 count. Now, once again, this is an elimination.
Oh!
Oh, and Josh Carey taking Lacey Ryan to the outside. And now these two go at each other. Now, if one of these gentlemen submits or is pinned, it goes on to continue with the remaining 2 participants.
Oh!
And a big chop fest happening right now. Oh! I'm a little surprised that they're not trying bigger moves.
Hey, I mean, you know what? You win by any means possible. And if they think that a chop is going to be what's going to happen, by God, let it happen.
I can't say I disagree with you there. Oh, big boot. As Josh Carey takes too much time with those moves. And Johnny K doing the throat chop sign. Oh, as he gets schooled by Josh Carey. And Lacey Ryan looking for the quick pin here.
Uh-oh. Ryan.
Josh Carey should be paying more attention, maybe forgetting that this is a 3-way dance, an elimination match. Oh, it's a big double drop kick by Lacey Ryan. Josh Carey trying for the... Oh! She is moving so fast, I can't even comment on her moves.
You entirely forgot the in the Josh Carey.
That's right.
Josh Carey is offended. I am offended for the Josh Carey. Uh-oh. Johnny K.
Oh, as he catches her. And a big body slam. Oh, wow.
Why do I have the feeling
move.
That's probably not the first time that Johnny K has pushed a woman from a great height before.
I got to tell you, I think he's done a lot of things before that we can't mention here.
He's in a
now
group
look
called
at this.
the Death Rage Cartel, for crying out.
Oh!
And that punch was so powerful he fell.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, they headbutted.
They headbutted.
Uh-oh,
Lacey Here we
Ryan.
go. We know what's coming here. We know what's coming here.
No!
Oh, it's Lacey Ryan. Oh, wow.
Well, and ladies and gentlemen,
Johnny K has been eliminated.
Mercedes took the words away right from me.
And now it's down to 2. Josh Carey Lacey Ryan, her job is half done as she eliminates Johnny K from the Death Rage Cartel, and this match continues.
Well, and you know what, though? The Josh Carey is still, well, and Johnny K refusing to leave the ring, but the Josh Carey is still involved in this contest, and with a name like The, you know he's got to be good.
And the fans know, oh, as Josh Carey pulls the hair of Lacey Ryan, she has, and you know what's kind of funny is they each have long hair, so if she wanted to try and turn around and grab his hair, she could.
I don't think pulling hair is very funny. You have a weird sense of humor, you know that?
Well, I meant not funny in odd. It was funny in, I didn't mean funny, I meant funny in odd. And look.
Whoa!
Johnny K refusing to go to the back, helping Lacey Ryan.
What?
Oh! And she successfully defends her title as we have some revenge.
Wow.
We have revenge.
The Josh Carey was eliminated, which means your UCW Zero Ultra X champion is still Lacey Ryan.
And Lacey Ryan.
Well,
Lacey Ryan.
No, you know what? Let me tell you something. Lacey Ryan is still the Ultra X champion, but it's only because another psycho got involved in this kind of a contest. Unbelievable.
And speaking of psychos, we have more yet to come. And here we are back with UCW Zero Television. I am the commissioner, Josh Damian. What do we got coming up for us?
You know, talk a little bit more about how you're the commissioner, and that was all fair and everything like this. These fans keep rooting for Junior X because they're a bunch of marks is what they are.
And that's what we have next. A tag team title match between the 801 District and the DRC and the Keepers of the Faith. And now, to the lovely Mercedes.
I hope they lose.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a triple threat match for the UCW Zero Tag Team Championships with a 60-minute time limit. Introducing first, the challengers. Coming in at a combined weight of 475 pounds from Mount Olympus, Dexter DeRange, Josh Payne, the Death Rage Cartel.
Well, we just got done with seeing 1/3 of the Death Rage Cartel in the previous match for the Ultra X title, and here they are, the Death Rage Cartel from Mount Olympus, their home promotion, Destiny Wrestling Organization, DWO, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, also from Squared Circle Pro Wrestling in Lubbock, Texas, here, right now, in UCW Zero. We've seen it before as they challenged for the title. They didn't feel they got a fair shake, and now they're back.
You know, I don't know a ton about New Mexico except for what I've seen off of Breaking Bad, but, you know, I'll tell you what, these guys here, the Death Rage Cartel, I kind of got to say, I like the idea of having them as our tag team champions instead of the 801 District. Got to say, love my hometown of Salt Lake City, but, you know, it's a bad representation, and, hey, maybe these guys can lighten things up around here.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys are dangerous, dangerous individuals, and that is why we've brought them in here in this triple threat match. I'll tell you something. I really, really felt that the 801 District needed to be challenged. People were getting upset with me saying that I was protecting them, that I was the reason that they were champions. And I know that they are the best.
And
so
their opponents.
I am giving them this challenge.
Coming in at a combined weight of 480 pounds from FU Up USA, representing Slam U, Dom Vitale, Gabriel Gallo, the Keepers of the Faith.
Now let me tell you something. These are my guys right here. Look at this.
These
Gallo
guys, what can you say?
Gallo is jacked. That's what I'm saying right there. I like these guys. Let's have these guys be the new tag team champions.
Well, they could. 100% natural. The Keepers of the Faith. They don't drink. They don't do drugs of any kind. You can tell they spend a grip load of time in the gym, and they are in the business of beating people up.
Yeah, you know, that's normal. So we've got the Death Rage Cartel, and we've got some guys who like to work out and beat other people up. Great.
Well, like I said, I've been accused of protecting the champions, and I think this is going to put all of those accusations to the rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you having a good time?
Holy cow.
Come on, everybody get up on your feet. Because I'm proud to introduce to you, representing UCW Zero, your tag team champions, the 801 District from Salt Lake City, Junior X, and his tag team partner from Mochiville, Mexico, Los Mochi Paco! And the longest introduction in UCW Zero history comes for the champions, the 801 District of Los Mochi Paco and Junior X, the champions, and this arena is rocking. The whole crowd is on their feet.
You know what I gotta say? It's good to see DJ Fuego, but the best ring announcer in this business for a personalized ring announcer has got to be Josh Damian. On an unrelated note, this is the 801 District, ladies and gentlemen. These guys right here, former broadcast partner in Los Mochi Paco, former tag team partner, and unfortunately my mentor, Junior X. You know, there's not a lot of things that I can say in regards to things that I can say on television, but when it comes to this crowd, it's pretty obvious who the favorite is.
Well, I'll tell you, it's the 801 District, but like I said, they are really going to be challenged tonight by the Maniacs and the Muscleheads in the DRC and the Keepers of the Faith. Now, the Keepers of the Faith wrestle out of Phoenix, Arizona with Slam U and have been a tag team champion in pretty much every organization they've ever been in, as does the Death Rage Cartel, who currently hold the Destiny Wrestling Organization tag team title and the Squared Circle Pro tag team title.
So you're saying there's some experience there?
A lot of experience. And the Death Rage Cartel and Slam U.
Look at that. That's a great way to start this match. What?
And the match starts off as we thought it would. Now, by traditional tag team rules here. Now look at this. Referee Kelvin having trouble. As the UCW chant starts, they do not like outsiders here, but I felt we had to do this to prove the 801 District are not just the best in Utah, but the best in the West.
All I'm going to say is look at the Keepers of the Faith right now. Those two could each bench press a bus. And not just like a school bus full of children. I'm talking about like Led Zeppelin's tour bus.
And I'll tell you something. It is 100% natural, 100% drug-free. We've got Gabriel Gallo and Dom Vitale. We've got New York. We've got Prescott, Arizona. And we're off here in the semi-main event of the evening.
Well, here we go. Los Mochi Paco. And then this is Josh Payne.
That is correct. Josh Payne here. Now, this is kind of an interesting situation because Josh Payne could actually tag in one of the Keepers of the Faith.
He could.
Yeah.
That's how these tag team matches roll, is that you could tag in anyone you want. I wouldn't recommend tagging in someone who's not your partner because odds are you're not going to get tagged in again, but you never know what'll happen.
Right. Oh. And Josh Payne putting Los Mochi Paco in that headlock. And those headlocks hurt. And those takedowns hurt because you've got like the ball of your wrist dig deep. Oh, there we go. Dug deep in the cheekbone of your opponent.
I got to ask you something. You know more about the Death Rage Cartel than I do. What is the Das Boot?
Das Boot is basically a move that they use, which is a combined super kick where they run from one side of the ring to the other and put Das Boot in their opponent's face.
Oh, you know what? Das Boot sounds good. I want to see Das Boot.
Oh, and some tag team action here by the 801 District. Some classic stuff here from Junior X and Paco. As here they go. They can win it all here. Oh, as Dom Vitale tries to go in because they know if one fall is to a finish.
Let me tell you something. Dom is smart. I love New York guys. This guy's a New York guy. I'm a New York guy. I somehow just got an accent.
He was born and raised in New York City, and then Dom Vitale. Oh. Oh, and here we go, the 801 district. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something we've seen before. I'll let you call this.
Oh, you know what? This is just vintage. Oh, here we go. Big man getting in on the action.
Oh, here comes the big man. We'll see none of that. Now, you talk about chops. This gentleman here gives the hardest chops in the business. I know we talked earlier was Derek Giannetti, and no disrespect to Derek Giannetti. This man is a chopping machine.
John Henry's hammer, for crying out loud.
I mean, his hand's the size of my head.
How do you know that?
Because he's held his hand up to my face before.
Oh, I've done that trick.
Oh, as Mochi Paco putting his boot. Oh, as he's taking over. Oh, as.
Oh man.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Look at this now.
Oh, as Mochi Paco being gorilla pressed by the huge Gabriel Gallo, and I think that's about it.
Here we go, pinfall here.
Oh, as Paco, one of the toughest men here in UCW Zero, one of the toughest men in the business.
Look at this, Gabriel Gallo and Dom Vitelli, man. This is a great tag team, these Keepers of the Faith. I am loving this right here. Look at this. Oh, that.
Oh!
Oh!
Big move there.
Anyone who can beat up Los Mochi Paco like that has my seal of approval right there.
Oh, now just like I said, taking advantage of the rules, the Death Rage Cartel, the blind tag, tagging the back of Dom Vitelli. So now they're the legal men in the ring. Oh, and Dom Vitelli trying to break up.
No, show me in the rules where a blind tag is illegal.
It's not illegal. I was stating that it was taking advantage of the rules, meaning not cheating, but...
It's a gray area. My goodness. Here we go. And look at this now.
Oh.
I would like to remind
big chops.
I would like to remind those of you at home watching that Los Mochi Paco is not even 1 year from his last surgery. Not even a year.
I mean, he showed us the medical clearance at the weigh-in this morning. He is cleared to wrestle, but I told him to be champions, you've got to defend the title, and I've been accused of mollycoddling the champions, and clearly with this match, I'm not.
You can't use big words like that. People get confused. Especially, there's no dog made out of watermelon.
Oh,
whoa.
And look at referee holding the Keepers of the Faith back, keeping them back. And look at this. Just, oh, the old clap trick where there was no tag made. Now, I don't even understand that. What are they doing? Now, Josh Payne looking a little bit injured. Oh, and the big sit-down power slam. Classic Dexter Deranged.
He's the DD. Dexter Deranged. He's going to be our DD. Maybe the Keepers of the Faith should be our DD. Here we go now.
And here we go into the rope. Big elbow, power moves. I mean, you've basically got two power teams against probably the most experienced wrestling team that you've seen in the West.
Look at that now, that big kick right there.
And here comes the double tap.
Was that Das Boot?
That was not the Das Boot. That's
okay.
called the double tap right there. Oh, as Junior X smartly coming in. Junior X smartly coming in and breaking that up.
Junior X has yet to see any action in this contest thus far.
And that's smart by the teams of the Keepers of the Faith and the Death Rage Cartel.
You know what, I will say this is that people at a disadvantage right now, the Death Rage Cartel has got to be one of them. You know, having the 801 District, having one half of their tag team partners take basically everything that has been thrown in this match.
Oh, and look at this clearing, recognizing to beat. Oh, and referee, just like I said, keeping the order, keeping this straight.
Here we go now, look at this.
Oh, and Paco, too fast for the Death Rage Cartel. Oh, no.
Whoa.
What's he doing? Oh, it was a double move there by Paco, and the crowd is going wild. And here we go.
This is evidence that this is not a smart referee because one of these men from the DRC needs to be removed from the ring.
That is correct. And
no.
here he comes, Junior X. Oh, with the big clothesline. Junior X is fired up and taking it. Oh, as Dexter cuts him off with the big boot to the thigh.
Here we go. Whoa!
Oh, as he jumps into the ring. Oh, as he gets his move. And I think that's it. As Josh Payne breaks it up. Wow. Now this crowd getting a match that they came to see.
Well, here we go now. Payne. Oh!
That's the Das Boot. And here comes the next one. Oh, the big double boot to the face. I think that's it. I think they may be taking the championship back home. Wow, only a two count.
And now Los Mochi Paco, who is
He
not
is
the
in
lead
trouble
man.
in a big way. Oh,
Wait a minute.
Oh, and here comes the Keepers of the Faith, wanting in on some of the action, wanting to be champions. And here they go as Los
man.
Mochi Paco. Oh, and a big single-handed power slam by Gabe Gallo. As we've got Don Vitale coming off the ropes. Oh, and a big elbow. I think that's it. Oh, and Josh Payne breaking it up as there's brawling going on.
Whoa.
Brawling going everywhere. This has turned into a Pier 6 brawl.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
Into the fans.
Well,
And what is going on here? The referee doing his job, but he's lost complete control of this match.
the referee is counting. The only man in the ring is Los Mochi Paco. He's at 8 already.
Uh-oh, if he gets to 10, guess who retains the title?
What is this? What? You're going to have...
And that's it. It's a double count out. It does happen, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners and still UCW Zero Tag Team Champions, Junior X and Los Mochi Paco, the 801 District.
Oh, there we go. Oh, not having enough, wanting to put an exclamation mark on their victory. The 801 District retains the title against two of the baddest, the meanest tag team champions. And next is our main event of the evening. What an evening, Josh Damian.
Yep.
We started off with Zach James and Shadow Fox as Shadow Fox gets the win. Then Durango Kid, with a backslide, beats former champion Jason Bravo with the help of Sierra Rose.
Yep.
Dallas Murdoch comes this close to defeating Jason Jackson. And then Tommy Purr defending his title against Morgan. Then Lacey Ryan proving her dominance in the Ultra X division, beating not one, but two people in Josh Carey and Johnny K. And then you just saw it.
The Josh Carey.
The Josh Carey. And you just saw it. The 801 District successfully defending their title against the DRC, the Death Rage Cartel, and the Keepers of Faith. But you know what? You can read about all of these matches and every UCW event on...
Well, you know what? Check us out on Twitter, twitter.com/UCW Zero or at UCW Zero. You can follow us on Facebook, Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero. We like you, so why don't you like us? You can also follow us on Instagram. We're pretty much just everywhere. Worst case scenario, UCWZero.com is where all the action is. And of course, you can only find this beautiful face and this guy here at YouTube.com. So the rest of the show is going to be great, and there's way too many Joshes here, so let's finish this thing.
I'll tell you what, it's main event time. This is what we're here to see. We have former ECW heavyweight champion Raven in the house with his tag team partner Jason Jackson taking on the Counterfeit Foundation. Without further ado, I will go to the lovely Mercedes.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. Introducing first, coming in at a combined weight of 450 pounds, from Salt Lake City, Utah, representing UCW Zero, CEO Stevie Slick, Derek Giannetti, Martin Casaus, the Foundation!
Well, here they are, the Counterfeit Foundation, led by none other than CEO Stevie Slick.
Who I am way better dressed than, by the way.
You know, I'm going to tell you this. These guys are the most disrespectful, not caring about the business individuals I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. And I'll tell you what, there is a reason why I brought Raven here to teach them a lesson. And Raven, right here in UCW Zero, coming off of shoulder surgery, doing what he can to help teach these gentlemen respect. And for those of you who missed it, his tag team partner tonight is going to be none other than the heavyweight champion, Jason Jackson.
You know, I don't really like the way that you talk about my friends like that. I mean, you act like they're selfish and they're arrogant and all this other stuff. I mean, they just speak the truth. I mean, here's the thing. Someone goes out there and they speak their mind and they speak their beliefs and their opinions and their truth, and they come off as arrogant or, you know, just these bad people. They're not bad people. This is the Martin Casaus that everyone wants to see, because it is the Martin Casaus who speaks the truth.
They do not speak the truth.
Same thing with Derek Giannetti. It's the same situation. This man speaks the truth. This man knows the business. This man knows exactly what needs to happen.
You know, I have to disagree with you on all accounts. I think this sellout crowd here has proven different, and they all came to see the people that I brought here to teach them some respect.
Oh, so you won't take credit for all the referees, but you'll take credit for bringing in a guy?
I am.
And their opponents, weighing 200 pounds, from Pocatello, Idaho, representing UCW Zero, the UCW Zero heavyweight champion, Jason Jackson.
And here he is, the heavyweight champion, giving me the belt, successfully defending his title earlier against Dallas Murdoch, agreeing to help Raven out here tonight and teach respect to those people. But I am not going to say any more, because it's time for everybody's favorite wrestler,
weighing 235 pounds, from the Bowery, WCW US champion, two-time ECW world champion, and 39-time WWE hardcore champion, Raven!
And we are anxiously awaiting. And here he is, Raven, two-time ECW heavyweight champion, 39-time, as the ECW chant starts, as he shakes hands with his tag team partner, Jason Jackson. And this crowd is alive. This crowd is hot. And I am not going to say a word. I'm giving respect to the man who's done it all before in Raven.
Shut up, Chubby. It's those underoos you're wearing that's giving you the illusion then. I guess you have small tights because you don't have much in there to fit in there. At least that's what your partner told me. First of all, I want to say thank you for having me here in UCW. I haven't done anything yet. Hey, the match could still suck, so I haven't done anything yet. Don't thank me yet. Well, nah, I think I might stay for the match, though. Just Incredible couldn't make it, so at least I'm here, though. You're going to hurt my feelings if you keep saying that. That's what your mom told me after I had sex with her.
What can I say? He's Raven.
Well, I'm sorry, and my friends
I
are
think I would have been your
disrespectful?
daddy, but the dog beat me over the fence. I just had a softcore match with your mom now that I think about it. I don't want to say she's easy, but she's like an oven. She's hot before the meat goes in. I was actually talking about his mom.
Mrs. Casals, if you're watching, I apologize.
Comedy first, match later. I'm limited. I just had shoulder surgery. I'm limited. I have to use my 26 years of wrestling knowledge to avoid getting hurt any worse. But I will hurt other people, though. I don't mind doing that. The way I figure it is, sometimes in life we make our own choices. Sometimes the choice is made for us, and sometimes, like tonight for you two, there is no choice. Quote the Raven. Nevermore!
Sorry, I had to do it. That was my one
match.
mark moment in this broadcast.
Just one.
I'm sorry. This gentleman, what can you say about Raven? His influence is still being felt in the professional wrestling industry today. And he is here in Utah's #1 promotion, UCW Zero.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Your mom jokes and jokes about Martin Casals' underoos are definitely what's going to get us in the top. But let me tell you something. Casals and Jannetty back it up with hard work and dedication, and that's why they are the foundation.
The Counterfeit Foundation. As the crowd on their feet here with chants of Martin sucks, as it looks like Raven is going to be the first to lock up with Martin Casals.
So brave of Raven. So brave.
And what can I say? 39-time hardcore champion, 2-time ECW champion.
When was the last time you were a 39-time anything?
I can't even tell you.
I forgot to mention, what happens if I play connect the dots with the acne on your chest?
Oh, Raven. Totally disrespecting the foundation here. And here we go. Oh! Oh, as Raven, with his experience, putting the boot to Martin Casals, he tricked him into going into the lockup, but then started kneeing him. And there we go. The match starts off extremely hot as he gives a big forearm to Derek Jannetty.
Let me tell you something. Raven is full of cheap shots, both the physical kind and the emotional kind. He's done a great job of getting into the head of Martin Casals.
As we got chance of you still got it, because guess what? He still does have it. We are watching UCW Zero with Raven as he tags in the heavyweight champion, Jason Jackson.
And look at that. Casals going to tag in Derek Jannetty. Casals knows that he only wants one man right now, and that's Raven.
You know, I got to still hearken back to our match at mid-card, which would normally be a main event, where Jason Jackson successfully defended his title against Dallas Murdoch. That has to play a part in this match.
Well, definitely. I mean, Jason Jackson is not 100%. I don't care if the guy gives 110%. If you've had a one match already tonight, you're not going to give 100% in your next one.
You know what? He will give 100%, but will his body respond?
No, it won't. It's just, it's science. Unless he went back there and he snorted a bunch of pre-workout, which I have said that Jason Jackson has his pre-workout frozen, and then he grinds it into a fine powder and then snorts it.
And the crowd wants it, and the crowd gets it, and here comes Raven. Raven with an arm wringer doing some traditional wrestling. Oh, and Martin Casals taking advantage of the fact that he has had shoulder surgery. And Raven, shoulder surgery. That is the shoulder that he has had shoulder surgery on. And I got to say, that is a smart move. That's what you do.
Great strategy right there by these men. Great stuff. Definitely going to have an impact later on.
Oh, as Raven's arm is being re-injured by Derek Giannetti. Look at him flexing as he puts it to Raven's arm. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, and a reversal using his 23 years of engineering knowledge. Now, look, as he tricks Derek Giannetti, as he doesn't realize he has the arm of Martin Casals.
No.
And here we go. Oh, as he's injuring the arm of Martin Casals as Raven stands back and smiles at his handiwork. And I'll see there cracks in the foundation as Raven is smiling, and so is Jason Jackson. And the only person not smiling is Stevie Slick.
Slick never smiles. That's off topic.
Oh no, headlock, blind tag.
What is Derek Giannetti doing?
Oh! See, that's the experience. That's how you beat your opponents without getting hurt himself. As Raven showing cracks in the foundation. Raven using his ring experience. Raven, an icon in this industry, taking advantage and beating the foundation almost single-handedly.
Look at Jason Jackson. He hasn't done anything. He acts so cocky.
He hasn't need to. Raven's done it all. Raven came to this promotion after that shoulder surgery actually believing he was going to have a handicap match.
This crowd is nothing but a bunch of cruel, cruel people.
With chants of overrated as the real wrestling is coming from Raven. Oh, and another big knee to the belly as Raven takes out the trash.
What?
And something that he is very used to is working outside the ring is Raven as he puts Derek Giannetti right into the bell and in ECW fashion. Right here, he's going into the crowd as Raven, oh no. Oh, and the big boot to the throat as he puts Derek Giannetti over with his big boot. And the crowd here is going wild.
Oh, geez.
Oh, no. As he gets the chair. And Martin Casals wants no part of Raven with the chair. Raven, many battles with Tommy Dreamer. Raven with his own flock.
Uh-oh. Oh, geez.
Oh! And a big shot to Derek Giannetti. The fans wanted hardcore, and they got it right here in UCW Zero, the only place where you can see the best in wrestling.
Look at this now. Raven has Derek Giannetti out on the outside. Jason Jackson is just providing security to make sure that the foundation doesn't go anywhere near this. And
he's letting the fans take shots on Derek Giannetti.
What is that
all the
about?
Little kids taking shots.
They'll just let anyone do anything these days, won't they?
And look, like you said, Jason Jackson guard dogging Martin Casals and allowing Raven to do those type of things. And as everybody, all the fans are taking shots on Derek Giannetti. The foundation has cracks.
Well, that's just assault. That's all that is.
As the crowd chants Raven's name. And earlier the crowd was saying he still's got it. And he does.
How is this fair? Remind me how that's fair.
The crowd wanted hardcore. The crowd got hardcore. And that is hardcore.
What is this? Now there's a little kid in the ring?
Oh, my goodness. Now, this is something that you don't see every day. Oh! And the kid. I don't know who this young kid is as he does a double nut shot, reminiscent of Raven converting Sandman's 8-year-old son. As this fan comes out. Oh, and Stevie Slick now is tough.
What did we just watch?
That was awesome chant. That goes all the way back to 1997 when Sandman, his son, was turned by Raven as Raven takes that spot and brings it right here to UCW Zero, Utah's #1 wrestling promotion.
I still don't know what we just saw. Oh, okay, here we go.
And there's the tag. As I'm just going to say it, the Foundation is being outsmarted, outwitted, and giving Jason Jackson a well-deserved break.
Well, and here we go now. Martin Casals actually able to finally do some wrestling here. Reversal by Jackson. Jackson goes into it.
Oh, and a big move. Now, I've got to ask you, how much is, even he's hitting these moves, how much is that taking out of him?
You know what? A big move like that, you never know. High-intensity moves can take a lot out of you, but it's well worth the risk. Oh!
Oh, as a big, big kick to the face. And we've got the tag team of Raven and Jason Jackson in complete control of this match. There's nothing at stake here. No championships, just pride.
Well,
and the respect for the business here in UCW Zero.
Casals is losing a lot of pride in this match.
Well, he got kicked in the groin by a little kid fan.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get much more than that. I mean, I'll tell you something. But here we go, though. As with pro wrestling, there's always a reversal. Pro wrestling here, Martin Casals, former champion, takes control of this match. And I got to say, I think Jason Jackson is basically hurting from his previous heavyweight championship match. And you know, pro wrestling is all about the sudden change and how you respond to that sudden change. And there has been a change of fortune here as Martin Casals takes it right to Jason Jackson, the current heavyweight champion. And showing that their former tag team champions doing their tag team moves on Jason Jackson, and Raven unable to do anything about it. Raven has been a rule breaker. Raven has in the past bended people to his will. He has had a change of heart and has decided to basically follow the rules. Let this match follow its natural conclusion as he is watching his tag team partner have the ring cut off on him. Oh, and as a total sign of disrespect by Derek Giannetti. But fighting back is Jason Jackson.
You know, now that I think about it, this is actually really brilliant what you've done. You have made it so that the Foundation tries to just get revenge on people, trying to just dismay them from going after the tag team titles. This is exactly your plan, wasn't it?
Well, I'm going to honestly say that was not my plan. Uh-oh.
You know, whenever people say they're going to honestly say something, they're normally dishonest.
Nope. Oh, no, look. Stevie Slick doing a job of distracting our referee. And that hanging suplex as you look at the head and face of the champion, Jason Jackson, as all the blood rushes to his head as he goes over that suplex.
You talk about a rush of the blood to the head, which coincidentally enough is my favorite Coldplay album. That was a bunch of it.
And the fans here wanting Raven, but Martin Casals will have none of it as he is cutting off the flow of oxygen and blood to the brain of our heavyweight champion, Jason Jackson. Jason Jackson fighting back, doing everything he can.
Martin Casaus putting everything into this contest. What does he have to do to put away the already wounded Jason Jackson, who earlier tonight still had a good match, but it took a lot out of him?
I think it took too much out of him, and I regret ever listening to him and letting him in this match. I mean, I kind of thought it was a little bit much, and here we go. Oh, and a big, big move there. Power move by Derek Giannetti. Huge elbow there. Oh, and a leg drop. Putting the punches in bunches, and it looks like it. Oh, phew. Jason Jackson kicking out with every, and look at this. Derek Giannetti stomping on the hand of Jason Jackson, taunting wrestling legend Raven. And a reverse chin lock there. They're working completely on the flow of oxygen to the brain of Jason Jackson. Very smart move by the Foundation as they want to win this match. They do want to win this match. To them, I don't know if they're about championships. I really don't know their motivation. I do know they just love to beat people. And Jason Jackson fighting back, doing his best to make the tag to Raven. Now, one thing we should mention is that 3 of the individuals in here have held the UCW Tag Team title. In Jason Jackson as part of the American Pitbulls, and the Foundation, well, as the Foundation.
Well, not even just that, but all 3 of those men that you were speaking of are heavyweight champions as well.
And Raven himself, when teaming with Tommy Dreamer, was ECW champion, with teaming with Justin Credible. They were the ones, with Justin Credible and Raven, won the titles from the Dudley Boys.
I still think the most impressive number I've heard is that 39-time WWE Hardcore champion.
Yep, an unbelievable show right here of total disrespect for who came before him, of Derek Giannetti on Raven. And look at this.
Look at this now. Casaus, no!
Oh! I don't know if Jason Jackson meant to do that. If he fell down, it looked like he was looking. Oh! But Casaus, Johnny on the spot, getting up, checking on Derek Giannetti, his tag team partner, as Raven calls for the entire crowd to get behind the heavyweight champion, as it looks like there's some dissension with the Foundation right now as to what they were doing. Their plans have kind of fallen apart. I think they were coming in here thinking this was going to be a handicap match and an easy match against the veteran Raven. Uh-oh. No, don't do it. Oh! As Jason Jackson takes one right to the yan bag on the ring post.
Now that is great television. Quote Josh Damian, nevermore.
Wow. Yep. Unbelievable. And Stevie Slick laughing, looking at his handiwork. Now, what are they doing? Jason Jackson could be winning this match. I mean, the Foundation could be winning this match, but they're allowing Jason Jackson and Raven to fire up the crowd and get behind him and let him recover.
Well, Derek Giannetti realizes what's going on.
Oh, as Raven comes in, the tag's made. The tag's made. Raven's in there as he's beating the Foundation from pillar to post.
Ow.
And there he goes, both of them. Oh! And the shot right there. This is a family show, but it happened. You saw it as Raven using his experience, his brain, his wrestling experience. Oh, wow.
Tag team.
Oh, and it's tag team moves by 2 tag team veterans. And there we go. Oh! And the referee got hit. The referee got hurt. Martin Casaus throwing punches into the air as the referee gets hurt. As look at Raven taking advantage of the situation, humiliating the Foundation, showing if you don't respect me, then you will be taught respect, as Raven is handed a chair by his tag team partner. And are we going to see it? And here we go.
Oh, no.
Classic Raven. The drop toe hold into the chair. And another one on the Foundation's Martin Casals. As Raven calls for the crowd, we are seeing Wonderful as he throws the chair out. And Jason Jackson, is he going to get his elbow drop? Oh, it's the big elbow drop. He hits Martin Casals. And there they go. And you have it there. Raven and Jason Jackson beat the Foundation. You saw it, folks, right here on UCW television.
And
you can't beat the 23 years of experience. You can't beat the experience. You can't beat the talent of Raven as he teaches the Foundation a lesson in respect.
How was there any respect? That was the ultimate show of disrespect to the Foundation. I can't believe that a man who wants to consistently work in a company like this would do that, especially to our own CEO's team.
I'll tell you what, I brought him here. I gave the call. He said, MK, I've had shoulder surgery, but I'm going to come out and I need to teach these guys respect. I am going to show these guys what pro wrestling is about, and he's done it. As Raven and our heavyweight champion are in the ring together. And right there, Raven, our heavyweight champion, and Jason Jackson, the winners. And ladies and gentlemen, you have seen. Oh, and here they go, as they want more. As Jason Jackson. Oh! It's not. Oh, the even flow. DDT right on Derek Giannetti. One more last exclamation point that Raven is putting here and teaching the respect as the child beats. And we have another winner. As here in UCW Zero, even the children are better than the Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen the most incredible match that UCW Zero has ever put together in this state.